property lingo? Because I know when some people look to rent, move into a digs, buy their first house, they can be a bit confused by the jargon, the language that property people use. We'll call you property people. And so we're just going to go through a few of them. And the first one is landlord.
So a landlord basically is the person that owns the property, and you could be dealing with them to sign your lease, or you could be dealing with the estate agent or the manager of the property. But generally, the landlord's the person who owns the property who is looking to rent out rooms.
There we go. There you have it. Best to have a good relationship with your landlord.
In that situation, you want to get on.
You touched on the word already in that lovely response, and that is a lease. What is a lease?
A lease basically is the legal agreement that you as a tenant have with your landlord. So because you're now going to like a contract, it's interesting for most young people, your lease is your first kind of legal contract you're going to go into. You've now made a promise to this landlord, I'm going to pay you rent every month. So it is quite a serious moment in a young person's life. You've made a binding agreement. I'm going to pay you rent every month for the stipulated length of time. So let's say if it's a 12-month lease, typically for the year, you basically agree that you're going to pay them the money. You aren't going to break anything. You're basically going to act decently. You know, I always say when it comes to the law, in the best case scenarios, you'd sign an agreement and then never look at it again, because you've spoken verbally what the agreement is. You're good people. You both want to do the deal. You want to rent the room. The landlord wants to rent the room out to you. You won't have to look at the lease ever again. But just in case things go wrong, you want to have a lease, for both sides.
Absolutely. Okay, that was great. Here's a big one in terms of being a student and not getting a raw deal. What is the difference between furnished and unfurnished?
So you generally get 3 categories of properties. For students, what unfurnished is generally a place has like nothing in it. So you're going to come, it's going to have the building structure, but generally it won't have a bed or a fridge or a stoves are generally built in, so that doesn't issue. It won't have a table, all the furniture, basically. It won't have any of that. But a lot of things will be built in. So you can just check, is there built-in oven? Is there built-in stove? Is there built-in cupboard? All those kind of things. I've never seen a property that doesn't have a built-in bathroom, so you should have that. You should have that covered. Kind of move out and literally take the kitchen sink with you. Partly furnished is when generally the essentials are in. So essentials are generally like your fridge, like a microwave, a kettle, a bed, and maybe like a lamp would be your essentials. Everything else, like a couch, all the nice bits, you can kind of get those as you go. I would say essentials are plants. As you can see, I've got quite a few plants here, but and then fully furnished generally is fully kitted out, and all you need to bring is like your personal belonging. So, your toothbrush, your clothes. Fully furnished sometimes includes linen and sometimes doesn't. So you just need to look after that on the lease. Am I required to bring my own bedding, my pillow, my duvet, or does this place literally have everything? Those are generally 3 categories.
Okay, that was great. And we chatted a bit about that now. So also another key distinction when renting or purchasing property is the living situation. So could you take us through co-living?
Yes. So co-living is basically when you live with someone. And let's say, for example, you live like your typical 4-bedroom digs. A dig is basically a house where students live, is a name for it. In Hatfield, so close to UP, and it's when you just live with other people. Living with people can be some of the best and worst experiences of your life. So you kind of want to be, I always say is like, you want to kind of have a golden rule there, do as you will be done by, and that, what kind of space would you like to occupy, and be that person for your mates. So there's a base level of, it's fundamentally safety. So you want to make sure that's a safe place to live. And that's why we prioritize safety as I think obviously being female founded in South Africa, safety is always top of mind. So we KYC all our users when you sign up and make sure there's no dodgy people on the platform. We call our landlords. So safety and then respect is important. And then after that, just being a good person. And then if you kind of follow the basic fundamental rules of just respect and decency, you can actually have so much fun together. Then you actually can be crazy, and it is like banter and pranks.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any shame in, if, I know we've spoken about students, but if you're a young adult and you're still working, living in communal spaces, I think is sometimes frowned upon, especially by older members of society. Like, oh, why haven't you got your own house? Where's your own flat? Where's the ring on the finger? We have to meet all these things. Whereas communal living is, it's completely, like you said, it can even lead to better experiences.